Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Got a lot of stuff pulled up here because in today's video, I want to talk all about the impending release of the GTX 1660 Ti. Rumors are pointing towards the fact that it'll be released on February 15th, and I want to go over everything we know about the GPU and why I think not only the release of the 1660 Ti, but the 1660 and the 1650, all of these GPU releases are very, very important. Now, I feel like for a while, it's been really cool to crap on AMD, and AMD gets a lot of crap for its higher-end GPUs, and understandably so. In terms of their higher end products, I feel like NVIDIA is just way ahead from a marquee standpoint and from the products that they have available. But right now, NVIDIA, from a mid-range standpoint, we're talking from like $150 to $300. Honestly, their options are pretty freaking embarrassing compared to AMD. AMD is just killing it in terms of value, and if you look through the options that NVIDIA has right now, let's look at the GTX 1050 Ti. Look at these prices for the 1050 Ti. I know the 10 series is being weaned out right now, and the prices are just going to be a little odd, but the 1050 Ti, quite expensive here. The rumor is after the release of the 1600 series, the 1050 Ti would be kept on the market and the price would drop. I believe that's what's going on right now, but right now price is a little whack. GTX 1060, I think it's a little bit better. I see a Zotac 6GB for $200. That's pretty good. The 3GB model being $190 is very high for a 3GB GPU, but if you compare that to AMD's options right now, you have the RX 570, which is $190 for this 8GB model. This 4GB model, which is probably the route I would go, is $145, and you get 2 free games with it. I mean, compare that to the 1050 Ti. They're pretty much the same price. The 570 is probably a little bit cheaper. The 570 just craps on the 1050 Ti from a value standpoint. Then you have the 580 over here, 8GB 580 right here, $200. You get 2 free games with it. Compare that to the 1060. Now, the 580 8GB and the 1060 will go back and forth, but with the 8GB 580, you get 2 free games. With the 1060, you get a free gift right now with it. What is that free gift? Well, let's click on the Zotac. Let's click on the Zotac 1060, and you'll see that you get an HDMI to VGA dongle from Newegg, and you get an NVIDIA Fortnite gift. So, yeah, I think the value that AMD is offering with their 580 is much better than the $45 Fortnite value. I don't know, some of you guys might disagree with me on that. You might be really into Fortnite, and that $45 of Fortnite content may be really big to you. But nonetheless, even from a value standpoint, with AMD not having much competition, I feel like they're killing it. However, from a commercial standpoint, even though I would say AMD's GPUs are far and away better than NVIDIA's options right now, I think commercially NVIDIA's GPUs still do better in terms of sales and which GPUs actually sell better. The 1060 is still one of the more popular GPUs on the market, even though I believe the 580 is way better. I bet you the 1050 Ti sells better than the 570 just because of that inherent NVIDIA name value. But if we evaluate it strictly from a value standpoint, AMD is far ahead of NVIDIA. I don't think you can really argue that. However, now we have the release of the GTX 1660 Ti. The impending release rumored to come February 15th, and this is so important because it's a Turing series GPU in the GTX brand. The RTX GPUs have been out, and usually you would think that the 7 series GPU would be the most popular GPU on the market, but inherently, because of these GPUs just being so much more expensive, the RTX 2070, let's pull it up. Look at these prices. The majority of people are just not going to be able to buy this. Back in the day, the GTX 1070, the 970, they were the most popular GPUs on the market because they were around, you know, high 300s, $400, maybe low 400s. When you're talking north of $500 for a lot of these cards, that's just too expensive. Even with the 2060, we're talking $350 to $380. Yes, you do get a free copy of Anthem or Battlefield 5, but that's just very expensive for a 60 series card. Back in the day, a 1060, a 960, GPUs like that would not be this expensive. Of course, the RTX 2060 from a performance standpoint, quite good, but we need some cheaper options. Right now, NVIDIA really has nothing from that $250 to $300 range, and if you go below that, their options are just really, really bad. So the 1660 Ti, again, coming February 15th at a $279 MSRP. That price hasn't been confirmed yet, but that is what the rumors are pointing towards. I'm sure it'll fluctuate a little bit depending on where you buy it from, which manufacturer's card you get, but let's say it's a $280 GPU. That is great from a value standpoint because that actually fills the void of not having a $280 GPU. If you look up like a GTX 1070, that's going to be even more expensive, and the 1070 is going out of stock at a lot of places. Again, it seems like NVIDIA is really phasing out the 10 series GPUs, at least from the 60, 70, and 80. All those GPUs are being phased out right now. So you don't have that option for that $280 GPU, but you would think that the 1660 Ti would fill that void. However, you also have the RX 590 as a competitor to it, so when the 1660 Ti comes out, it really has to offer a lot for me to recommend that over the RX 590, just because at $280, $260 after a mail-in rebate here, $260 for the Sapphire card, and getting 3 free games with it, Resident Evil 2, The Division 2, and Devil May Cry 5, you have to put some stock into those free games. If the 1660 Ti releases and it's just a bit better than the 590, or maybe it's on par with the 590, it's around that range, I don't really know how much value that offers. Yes, it's an NVIDIA card, and just on the fact that it does have that NVIDIA brand attached to it, that's gonna make people buy it outright. I think that's a very bad way to go about things, but we do know that the 1660 Ti is gonna be a substantial performance increase over the 1060, so how big of a performance increase, that is something we don't know about, but we do have some information here. It'll be a Turing GPU, 1536 CUDA cores, and it'll be 6 GB of GDDR6 memory on a 192-bit bus. PC Gamer also has the exact statistics, comparatively speaking, to the RTX 2060. That features 1920 CUDA cores along with the same memory configuration. Now, this GPU obviously won't be good as the 2060, but if it gets pretty close to the 2060, that would be absolutely awesome, because this is the GPU everybody's been wanting. A, budget-friendly GPU that's better than the 1060, probably better than the 1070. That is really where I think the majority of gamers are gonna flock to. Right now, you'll see a lot of people, if the 1070 is in stock and available for a good price, that's the GPU that they're going with. Not a lot of people are going for the 2070 or the 2060 at this point. So the 1660 Ti is gonna be a fantastic GPU release, but not only that, we also have the rumors of a non-Ti version being available in March for $229, along with the GeForce GTX 1650 available the same month for $175. The rumor is the 1050 Ti will be kept in stock, the price will be lowered, and that'll fill that void of the very budget-oriented PC builder of that low $100 tier. At least that would be the expectation. I am just really excited for NVIDIA to offer more GPUs, just on the basis that so many people have been underwhelmed by the RTX GPUs, from the pricing, even the performance. The performance has been good, but it's not blown anybody's world away, and I think the pricing is really just holding people back. Of course, an RTX 2080 Ti, phenomenal GPUs, you're gonna get phenomenal performance out of them, but let's just talk about it from a normal gamer and normal consumer standpoint. Those aren't the GPUs that they're going to be going for, so the releases of these are going to be very, very important. Quite possibly, in my opinion, the most important GPU releases in a very, very long time, because these GPUs are actually going to alter that range of GPUs where the majority of gamers are dropping their money on. You go back and you might look at the GTX 1070 being the most popular GPU and say, hey, the RTX 2070 is just going to fill that role, but the 1070 and the 2070 are very different, because when the 1070 was released, it was not the same price as the 2070 like I just mentioned, so GPUs like the 1660 Ti you would think would fill that void, or even the RTX 2060. I just think the 2060 is a little bit high priced as well. But that's really everything I wanted to go over in this video. I just wanted to talk about why these GPU releases are so important. I'm really excited for it. I want to see how the performance is going to turn out. I want this to be a good option for those of you that are looking to build Intel and NVIDIA PCs, or just want an NVIDIA GPU in your PC, because if you are in that $700 to $800 budget, what are you going to get? Are you going to get an RTX 2060? Well, that might put some limitations on the rest of your build. They're weaning out the high 10 series GPUs like the 1060, 1070, 1080, so right now, you literally have no options, but the 1660 Ti hopefully will offer something really great. Let me know what your guys' input is on these GPU releases. Are you excited for it, or are you suited fine with the GPU in your rig right now? You can always leave all your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you guys have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comments as well, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.